Okay, I'm just going to say it. I've been receiving a lot of emails lately from new and new-ish traveling nurses, and people are confused, and I am concerned. I know that a lot of this confusion is stemming from marketing gimmicks put out there by agencies and lead generation systems. So I'm just putting together this video to address some of the most common misconceptions that I've been hearing recently to inform you to get that information out there. You can do with it what you want, but yeah, I'm very, very concerned about it. So welcome to Travel Nursing Insider. I'm Angelina. I am a former senior travel nurse recruiter of over 5 years. I don't do that anymore, so I'm now sharing my insider knowledge, my insider expertise from working on the agency side of things. So if you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay, you guys, nothing in this industry is free. I can't tell you how many times I receive emails from brand new traveling nurses who have these offers that are offering them free housing or other free items. So most recently, I received an email from a brand new traveling nurse. She had an offer. It included free housing, a free plane ticket, and also a free rental car. However, her actual pay was very low, so she was really confused about that and not happy about it. So there's a prime example. Everything comes out of the bill rate. It is not free. It affects your overall pay. So we start with a bill rate. The agency takes their cut out of the bill rate. The remainder is given to the nurse in a form of a taxable rate and non-taxed money, or however they want to phrase the non-taxed amount. But that's what it goes down to. It's an equation. It's a taxable rate and a non-taxed rate. So if you see an agency, offering you something for free, go ahead and give them the eye roll. Okay, and ask them exactly how it's free. Have them break it down to you numerically. Maybe they have some magical stash of money just laying around where they're giving away all this free stuff, but I highly, highly, highly doubt it. So when discussing pay with a recruiter, you should under no circumstances disclose a dollar figure, or your bottom line. So they are going to ask you what you're looking for in terms of pay or what kind of pay you want to make. Don't tell them. Do not give them that power. Because if you tell them a range or a bottom line or any kind of dollar figure that you want to make, then you're giving them the power. I'm not saying all recruiters are like this, but there are some out there where if they have a bill rate for a contract where they're making $90 an hour, and they also have another contract where they're making $60 an hour, they could structure very similar pay packages that are structured around your bottom line to make you happy for both of those contracts, even though obviously they'd be making a lot more money off of the $90 an hour bill rate. So if a recruiter asks you what you're looking for pay, I really advise you to just simply tell them that your options are pretty open and that you are looking for the best pay package that they can give you that matches, any of your other requirements. So just do not tell them a dollar figure. So in addition to confusion in these emails, I hear a lot of emails with fear in them. So people, they're afraid to go traveling around the country and they're afraid to leave home. So in a lot of cases, they've heard that they could just, do a contract 50 miles away from their tax home and still receive non-taxed money. And that's a good way for them to get their feet wet, to kind of learn what travel nursing is all about. But people, the 50-mile rule, it does not exist. It is a made-up rule. It doesn't matter if you travel 50 miles away to work or you travel 1,000 miles away to work. That is not what determines if you are eligible for tax-free money. The IRS guidelines state that people can receive tax-free stipends or reimbursements if they are duplicating expenses by traveling to work in some place that is away from their tax home area, where they can't go home every night to their tax home to sleep and to live. They have to get another residence in this other area where they're working, so they're duplicating expenses. So the 50-mile rule does not exist. Do not take that literally. Do your own research if you don't believe me. But I got another email from a nurse who was pressured and bullied into signing a contract without fully understanding it and without using his full negotiation power. So the recruiter actually threatened him that if he didn't sign it quick enough, then his job would go to another nurse. So people, that is not true. That's not going to happen. I'd say you have a good 24 to 48 hours after you receive a contract offer to sign a contract. You need to read it. You need to read over it again. Get someone else to read it and review it and understand it and explain it to you. Because, this nurse, I offered to look over his contract for him. We did find some areas where he could have negotiated better pay, better working conditions, but by that time, it was too late. He had already signed the contract, so now he's locked into doing this contract in an area where he doesn't want to be and making the pay that he doesn't want to make. So read those contracts, make sure that you understand them before you sign them. Don't get pressured. Taxes and good old Uncle Sam is confusing in general, but especially for traveling professionals. So a lot of recruiters and agencies, honestly, they're not trained in taxes. They're not accountants. They're not tax professionals. So you need to do your independent research for yourself. No one is going to look out for you. You need to look out for yourself. You need to know the amounts that you can receive for your non-taxed reimbursements and the amounts that you can receive for your taxable rates and how to deduct anything that you're able to deduct. Because if your agency is restructuring your wages in an illegal manner and they're audited, then guess what? That means that you are audited too. And you could have to pay back taxes and be dinged for something that, number one, you weren't involved with at all in doing, but guess what? You signed that contract, you accepted the offer, and you weren't properly educated on the subject. So you could get stuck paying back taxes. So just really protect yourself, especially when it comes to taxes, and seek the appropriate professional help. When it comes to your taxable hourly rate, I know that we live in a society that's all about instant gratification. We like to receive the most money right now, but it's important to think about things like unemployment, disability, Social Security benefits, and down the road when you need to access those benefits, as most of us will at some point, think about, are you making the appropriate money right now in your taxable hourly rate where you're paying enough into those benefits? That's really, really something that you need to put a lot of thought into. Working for $14 or $13 an hour, you're paying very little into those services. And also, if you want to buy a house or finance a vehicle, your W-2 is only showing your taxable hourly rate. It doesn't show your non-taxed rates on your W-2. And lenders and real estate agents might not understand the travel nursing profession and how the non-tax money works. So it could make it a lot more difficult to purchase the house of your dreams or the car of your dreams with your taxable rate being the only rate that shows up on your W-2. It's not impossible. You will have to jump through some extra hoops and provide a lot more of documentation though. So everyone, please take this information and run with it. Do your own independent research and protect yourself, because an informed traveling nurse is a powerful traveling nurse. I'm also on Snapchat now, where I post on my story every single day answers to questions that I receive from traveling nurses, and I also give advice on there too. So go ahead and give me an ad. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well, so follow me on those. And my friend Jenna on Instagram recently posted some advice that she wanted me to share with you. She said that travel nursing is dangerous, but in the best way ever, that it awakens this strong, enlightened Wonder Woman inside of you. And she loves it so much because she is not only having these amazing traveling personal experiences, but she's able to help people and hospitals across the country who are in so much need. So to Jenna and to all of the nurses out there, traveling nurses and staff nurses alike, thank you so much for all that you do.